Because Craig is Craig, so must the streets be filled with Craig. Death. And huge drops of lead poured down upon her head until she was dead. Yet the cats still come out at night to mate, and the sparrows still sing in the morning. David Berkowitz. Welcome to Cracklin' Rosie True Crime. I hope that you enjoy this podcast format where we will be taking segments of the Son of Sam case, breaking them down into digestible portions, and discussing in comments and in later lives. Thank you for being here. In March of 1977, 26-year-old Craig Glassman separated from his wife and moved into apartment 6E at the Pineview Towers at 35 Pine Street in Yonkers, New York. Employed as a registered nurse at Montefiore Hospital in the Bronx, he was also a part-time volunteer deputy sheriff in the Emergency Services Unit of the Westchester County Sheriff's Office. As such, he sometimes came home late at night, wearing his sheriff's uniform and carrying a licensed gun in his holster. Unfortunately, Glassman's upstairs neighbor in apartment 7E was the Son of Sam. Berkowitz, observing his neighbor from a distance, thought the police had sent a spy. Interviewed by Lawrence Klausner for his book, Son of Sam, Berkowitz recounted his conviction that the burly Glassman was evil personified. Let me make a quick note here that I learned that Lawrence Klausner never interviewed Berkowitz, or perhaps he never went up to see him, but maybe he had some other correspondence, so I'm just making a note here. This is what Berkowitz said. He just came. He just appeared one day. This Craig. He remained hidden in the walls and in the floor. He made funny screams all night long. I used to beg him to stop yelling and screaming, but he'd never listen. His real name was Gregunto Lacinto. He was one of them. He's got power to go into my mind. There was no doubt about who he was. Towards the end of this murder spree, Berkowitz sent a total of 5 letters to Glassman. The first letter was postmarked June 7, 1977. Craig Glassman, you have been chosen. You have been chosen to die. Craig, I curse your mother's grave. I curse your mother's grave. I am pissing on her, Craig, urinating on her head. Your mouth is filled with cum. Your blood is sour. You, Craig Glassman, are truly Satan's child, and now he wants you by his side. Come join him in death, little ones. Master Glassman, you are a man with power, the power of darkness. You are hereby ordered to unleash your terror upon the people. Destroy all good and ruin people's lives. Begin immediately. Mighty Craig, where is your weapon? If you don't obey these commands, the commands of your father, then you will be punished. I swear, Glassman, your life will be pure hell. We will kill you. We will murder you. Remember, Craig, that your mother, the harlot, the lesbian whore, wants to love you, so make her happy. Kill some your child. Remember, if you don't do as we say, you will surely die a premature death. Your brothers and sisters, Craig darling. Craig Glassman, the cruelest, sickest man on earth. Cruel Glassman, mean, terrible, cruel, hateful Craig Glassman. Die, Craig, die. The return address on the envelope read, Mother, the Cemetery, 174 Coligny Avenue, New Rochelle, New York, 10801. The second letter, postmarked July 13th, 1977. My superior, Craig Glassman. Sergeant Glassman, I know how successful you have been with your assignment, forcing me out into the street for Mr. Carr. However, the dead are crying in their graves for justice, and God has promised it to them. I myself realize that I am beyond hope and redemption because I have succumbed to the powers of your commander, Mr. Carr. I obey all my orders, as you well know, and I carry them out dutifully. But we must face the fact that our deaths will come one day. Then there shall be the judgment. Since you are a fallen angel and have been condemned in the eternal fire before the earth was created, still God will be more merciful to you if you rebel against General Cosmo and his herd of demons. There is at this time little for you to gain by loyal service. I believe the end of the reign of terror is near, and the authorities will be dealing with you in their own way. I guess I'm foolish to plead with you to surrender and to turn to God, because I know that your soul is evil and that you have no heart. Therefore, you will have to spend eternity in the lowest depths of hell. Don't fear, because Captain Carr and his family and me will be at your side. You have done well in the 6,000 plus years of service. You have taken over my soul despite my early resistance and my denials and protests. Go ahead if you must and continue to torture the people of Earth. Don't stop issuing Captain Carr's wrath upon the world at my pleas. Just go ahead, you cruel monster, and continue your torments. You will stand naked at the judgment seat of Christ. Deso, your brother, Demesmuts. The return address read, Bro, Demesmuts, Command Post 316, Gibber Merritt Avenues, Bronx 10475. Bro Demesmuts loosely translates as brother little shit in Yiddish. The third letter, postmarked August 6, 1977. Berkowitz mailed this letter after setting fire to some rubbish he deposited in front of Glassman's metal apartment door. He also threw approximately 20 .22 caliber long rifle bullets into the fire, but Glassman doused the fire before they could explode. My master, Craig, you will be punished. Craig, how dare you force me into the night to do your bidding? I promise you, Craig, that the world shall spit on you and your mother. I know, master, that I am doomed, but do not think that I will not tell the authorities of you. True, I am the killer, but Craig, the killings are your commands. I shall see you standing naked at the judgment seat. Upon your condemnation, the world shall rise in jubilation. The terrible, wicked Craig is dead, they shall shout. The streets have been filled with blood, Glassman, per your request. Your brother. The fourth letter, postmarked the same day as the third. So in the morning, the streets of White Plains, New York have been covered with blood, as per the request of Craig. As your servant shall serve you until the end, but it shall come quickly. Cruel, crazy Craig says, the streets shall be run with blood. So Craig, in your honor, I present you with many corpses so that you should have plenty of meat in the off-season. Your brother, White Plains, New York. God help and keep the dead. Berkowitz sent the fifth and last letter postmarked September 20th, 1977 to Glassman from Attica after being sentenced. My brother and my Lord, Lord Craig, forgive me for my failings and disruptions to your cause. I see now how wise the Master has been in these last few weeks. For truly, what you said has come true, that I would be standing naked at the end of my life. You and Papa have done well in concealing your true identities to Earth. There are many of you invaders in high places of government awaiting the orders to destroy good. But I, God willing, am ready to tell the world about you. I am not afraid of your magic box nor your death rays. I tried to kill you. Like a fool, I know that you could never die. But what could I do? I shall attempt to tell the world of your real intents and missions. Judging from your silence, one could anticipate my folly. However, my word shall be released to the people of the earth. I pray to God for your destruction. Your brother and slave, Demesmuts. David Berkowitz. So what do you think? My mind was blown. Berkowitz had it in for Glassman. Could you imagine having Berkowitz as a neighbor? I enjoyed making this podcast for you because, unlike others, I didn't know that there were 5 letters sent to Glassman. And that's not including the poem, the Craig is Craig poem, which was found in Berkowitz's wallet upon his arrest. And I'm not even covering the artwork in the apartment. Serious issues with Craig Glassman. Please leave your thoughts and comments. These short podcasts are designed to provoke thought and dialogue within the Son of Sam community. Everybody is welcomed. Keep it clean, keep it classy, and I cannot wait for the next one. Thank you so much for joining me, Cracklin' Rosie, at Cracklin' Rosie True Crime.